Joseph Kotrie-Monson is a senior criminal defence lawyer and director at Kotrie-Monson Solicitors in Manchester. Good morning, Joseph.
Good morning.
So what are people's legal rights then when it comes to potholes? What can you do?
Well, this is governed by Section 41 of the Highways Act, which basically says that there is a duty to maintain highways on the council, to repair damage to roads, provided that it's reasonable for the council to have been aware of the damage through their normal checks, etc. Now, the claim in the first place should be made directly to the council in writing. That means contact the council, see if it's got a form for claiming and request it, or if not, write to them outlining the situation. And it's very important that you're organised about how you put that letter together, so you get a yes from them first time and you don't get guff. And that means you should include where exactly you were driving, where the defective road is, include photographs if you can. Anything more than 4 centimetres deep is a pothole. If you can safely measure the pothole. You also need to tell them when the damage took place, and the more specific you can be, the better. It's vaguely something about, well, there are potholes on that road and I think it may have damaged it, is unlikely to see you get compensated. Then you need to document the damage which was caused to your vehicle. That means using the type of mechanics and garages that we've heard from today. Get them to get a letter together, get your invoice of the work that's been done, and also that they say in that letter that this is consistent with the type of impact that you describe. And once you've got all of that, you send a detailed letter with that proper supporting evidence to the council. They should refund the damage. If they don't, there's an appeal process that they have to have in place. And if not, don't be afraid to get heavy. And that means the small claims track of the county court. Now, costs aren't recoverable, so you can't hire a lawyer. It doesn't really make sense for the amounts involved. But you can speak to your local Citizens Advice Bureau. They've usually got fairly sensible advice about how to put things together.
And have you heard of many successful claims of people for potholes?
Well, I mean, the reality, of course, is that people only get solicitors involved once a claim is of a higher value. So, professionally speaking, no. Anecdotally speaking, I think we're hearing more and more about it. I think people probably don't realise their right. I think the councils would be in trouble and would be screaming to central government for more funding pretty quickly if everybody whose cars were damaged, as we've heard today, successfully claimed, as they're probably entitled to, and probably would be successful in regard of.
And we're talking about motorists here. What about cyclists? Does it equally apply to them if
It applies to any road user. So if you're crossing a road, for example, and there is a hole in the road, or if you're alternatively walking on a pavement and there's something about the pavement that means you fall over and you're injured, there's a general duty on councils to maintain those highways.
Interesting. Thanks very much, Joseph Kotrie-Monson there from Kotrie-Monson Solicitors in Manchester.